the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, welcome to Bourbon Campbell 12's YouTube channel. Today we're comic book and anime reviews. Here's my review of Twisted Wonderland by Disney, the second episode. So, with this episode, we're diving a little bit deeper into the world of Disney in this. We have a lot more Disney references going on throughout this episode than we did in the previous episode, where we kind of just got the setup for the story, but it didn't seem like we were going in the direction of like making the Disney characters like very prominent. Like they weren't, even in this episode, they don't really name the Disney villains that they have in each of these schools in this very Harry Potter-like society. But we do get, clips from the old Disney movies as they show each other their statues. So very much like leaning more heavily into that. The fact this is a Disney world. That this is a world where the villains kind of like won and created their own school. And that's kind of what we get in this episode. So throughout this episode, we pick up our main character who, of course, does not have magic. He doesn't know magic, but he's been taken to this school. And the headmaster, once realizing that this kid doesn't have magic and finding the proof that this kid doesn't have magic through the evil power of the magic mirror, which I love that we got that in this episode, the magic mirror and how the magic mirror works. And like very much a play on old Disney with the magic mirror, including the way it looks. They didn't really change the look of it at all. They really just kind of took the magic mirror from the Disney movies and put it into this anime style, which I just loved quite a bit. It was a really great sequence of events when I'm going to see the magic mirror again. But anyway, the magic mirror pretty much like confirmed that this kid doesn't have any magic. So the headmaster, who I also just love, this membership was great. The whole sequence where he's just like acting as if he's giving to the poor. And he's making this big show of it, and he's like, "I'm such a kind and nice man for giving you a home, peasant." It was just very theatrical. I really loved it. And he's taking the kid to this dormitory, which has a lot of ghosts in it, weirdly enough. And the kid ends up like working well with the ghosts. Surprisingly, he doesn't end up fearing the ghosts. He kind of thinks the ghosts are kind of cool and neat. I thought was kind of interesting. One thing I really dug about the series when watching, especially this episode compared to the last episode, was that I'm really just digging the fact that like in this kind of isekai setup that we're getting back to the character who wants to get back home. A lot of isekai, and I think Mother's Basement talked about this, how a lot of isekai today don't really lean into the whole idea of like going back home. That whatever their life was like in the real world was just so terrible that they don't even care to go back home. That they like living in this fantasy world. So it's kind of nice to get a show where the main character definitely wants to return home, wants to go back to where he was at. And I thought that's like really refreshing now, because we haven't gotten that in so long with a lot of isekai stories. And I thought it worked really well in this whole Disneyland, Disney World setup. Even though I think in reality, a lot of people in real life would love to go to this Disney X University. So yeah, we continue the story with the, I guess, one of the, and we still don't know anything about them in the actual show. I think there's a lot of information outside the show that you can find out about them, but it's basically the Queen of Hearts character, and that she is the one, or he is the one, who kind of rules over this dormitory, and the kids end up getting in trouble in the latter half of the episode because they end up destroying one of the statues. And so we now have a new setup that we have going on, which I guess is going to be the plot for this season of Twisted Wonderland, which is them going into this tunnel to find this artifact and bring it back by tomorrow for the headmaster. And I guess that's going to be our setup. That's going to be our call to adventure, rather. and it's going to probably take us around the rest of this season, which is only 8 episodes. So it's not going to be a full-length season, what I'm kind of sad about, especially with how good this animation looks. This animation looks gorgeous. So, in that way, I'm not really surprised that it's only 8 episodes long because the animation looks so good. But they put a lot of their budget into this animation style and making it look as clean and crisp as possible. But I do wish this was going to be a longer series. But who knows? Maybe if this season is very successful for Disney, they will do more and do longer seasons. But for now, that is my thoughts on Twisted Wonderland, you guys. Really interesting continuation of this series. I definitely can't wait to see where we go going forward, and I hope that I can continue doing this series on a weekly basis. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.